This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some major updates to share with you. I'm going to share with you the 20 states that are offering stimulus checks and stimulus provisions. It's the most updated list there is. Stay tuned for that. Also, President Biden going to make a big decision this upcoming week about student loans, potentially student loan forgiveness. I'll play a video clip and give you some other more important updates as well. Hope you're having a more than mundane Monday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm giving $200 checks to my subscribers. I'll talk about that later on in the video, but first, student loan announcement to come in the next week or so, according to the Education Secretary, says ahead of deadline. And then here, Education Secretary vows decision on student loan pause coming soon. When it comes to student loans, there was a pause on the student loans for about 2 years, actually a little over 2 years, and there hasn't been any payments due, no interest accumulated, and a lot of people are waiting in limbo to see what's going to happen with that decision, because starting September 1st, those payments resume and interest resumes as well, but a lot of people are predicting President Biden is waiting until the last moment to decide whether or not student loans should be paused, continued, resume. Most likely it is going to be paused, but still waiting on that decision. Take a look at the counter argument against student loans in this clip right here.
Welcome back to the Big Sunday Show. Federal student loan payments are set to kick back in at the end of the month. But all indications point to the Biden administration extending the payment pause once again. Meanwhile, radical Democrats are putting pressure on Biden to forgive up to $50,000 per borrower. But a former Obama economist is warning that the debt forgiveness doesn't mean it just goes away. Jason Furman said this. He said student loan relief is not free, you think? It would be paid for, part of it would be paid for by the 87% of Americans who do not benefit but lose out from inflation. If you might still like it, it benefits recent college grads and it hurts most everyone else, both rich and poor, but don't assume it's free money. It is not. You know, Joey, what I don't understand about all of this is why should anyone at this table or anyone watching this show right now be on the hook for some idiot who went out and got themselves in debt over a gender studies degree?
The only thing I'll say is that if Congress were having hearings right now today on why these loans are so easily available, why the interest rates are so high, why the schools are able to charge what they charge for the education, knowing that you can do the numbers to say, I paid $200,000 for this education, the median or the best possible income is $60,000 a year. If Congress were holding those hearings and looking at regulating that, we'd all be behind it. But see, that doesn't just garner votes. What garners votes is a handout. And I'll tell you, even the parents of people who have paid for these degrees, they're not sitting there going, yeah, please, let's get debt forgiveness. They're saying, no, let's not have this as a thing so our kid doesn't try to put us on the hook for some stupid degree in the future.
Well, absolutely. You know, Alicia, I want to play. So Elizabeth Warren, of course, had something to say about this. So let's listen to her, and then I'm going to go to you on the other side, okay? Let's take a listen.
If canceling student loan debt is coupled with restarting payments, we've been in a payment pause for 2 years now, the effect is not inflationary. The effect is deflationary. That is, there will be millions of Americans who will start making student loan payments. It's very much like paying a tax. It means they will have less money to spend every month.
Do you remember when she did the campaign ad with her husband and she was like live streaming? She was like, oh, great to see you here. And it was in their house. And you're like, well, where else would he be? It's
not awkward at all.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, Alicia, in my 37 years of life, I have learned that nothing is free.
No, nothing is free. And full disclosure, I'm smack dab in the middle of all of this crap. We've got 2 in college. I've got 3 more, like 2 years behind coming in.
I feel this one.
I feel this one with all my heart. But also, this changes nothing. It changes nothing in the long run. These are $50,000 Band-Aids that do nothing to change the system that is the college education and what we pay for it versus what we also get out. My kids are going to college. I'm hoping for the best and hope it all works out. But there's no incentive here. It's like a disincentive for colleges to change anything. Yeah. And American parents are like screaming at the top of their lungs, like, give us a break. Like, we want our kids to be educated in a formal way. However, we can't suffer entirely as a family because of it. And we don't want to put everybody into debt. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with student loans being paused? Should they be paid? What is your thoughts on student loan forgiveness in general? Are student loans a good idea? Let me know your thoughts on that. Next, let's get into the stimulus check updates here. So stimulus update. Almost half of U.S. states are providing stimulus checks or other relief. Is yours? So here is 20 states that are offering their own stimulus checks. This is probably the most updated list that there is. When it comes to the question is, why is other states offering stimulus checks and not your state? Basically, through the American Rescue Plan, which was the third stimulus check package that came out last year, a bunch of states, actually all the states, got a big chunk of money and they decided how they wanted to use that money. So potentially all 50 states could have offered stimulus checks, just some of them chose not to. So let's get into this list right here. So we'll go in alphabetical order. I'll go through this as fast as I can. Alaska, payments worth up to $3,200 per eligible person. California, latest payments, $1,050 went out to 23 million residents. Colorado, payments up to $750 for individuals, $1,500 for married couples. Connecticut, low and middle income families receive tax rebates up to $250 per child. Delaware giving payments worth up to $300 per eligible resident. Florida, 59,000 families will get $450 checks for each child, proving eligibility. Georgia getting $500 checks. Hawaii totaling up to $300 checks. Idaho giving out $75 or 12% of 2020 taxes. Illinois, some residents will receive up to $50 per taxpayer and as much as an additional $100 for up to 3 dependents. Indiana, payments up to $325 will be issued. Maine, $850 checks and $1,700 checks there for couples. And then Maryland, residents will receive up to $2,000 with help with water bills. Massachusetts will provide payments up to 7% of their 2021 tax income payment. And then Minnesota, $750 checks to individuals who were working on the job during the pandemic. New Jersey, $500 checks to around 800,000 parents. New Mexico, residents eligible based on income will receive $750. Oregon, $600 payments there. South Carolina sending out payments worth up to $800. Vermont providing families up to $1,000 child tax credits for any kid age under 6. And then Virginia providing $500 checks to eligible residents. So those are the 20 states, and this is not even a complete list. There still are some stimulus checks that are missing from this list. So constantly giving you out the latest news on stimulus checks. When it comes to federal stimulus checks, still being held up in Congress. Most likely, it probably won't be passed through Congress. If anything, President Biden could do some type of executive action, try to move some money around, and that might be a potential, although it doesn't seem likely at this point. Maybe if there's an official recession, then there'll be more need for stimulus checks on a federal level. The past 2 recessions, 2001, 2008, stimulus checks were given out, so if there is a recession officially announced, good chances of federal stimulus checks that way. But yeah, more states I'm seeing on a regular basis, maybe every few days, more states are giving out different types of stimulus checks, so stay tuned for that. Also counties and cities and things like that, so I'll let you know the latest of that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, I didn't see you there. Guys, can I tell you tip of the day because I'm still in South Carolina. I know it looks like in a different place, but let's get over it. Can I tell you the thing that you should really, really actually do when someone's hurt or you're hurt? You should really do something really good and help them out because they're hurt. You can't let a person hurt. Stay there. I know you guys would do such a great thing, even better than that. Like help them up or something. And you can too. So that's all the advice that I wanted to give to you today. And also, this is my sister Kalaya. Say hi. Hi. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. So it's a rainy day today. Probably not going to do too much with the kids. Bella has a dance class that she's going to go to try it out, see if she likes it, and we'll see what comes out of that. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, I'm giving out the $200 checks. The details are down in the description below. And if you want to check out any of my other videos from my other channels, you could click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.